Everybody wants to be consistent until life hits, until the gym gets boring, until the money slows up, until that fire you had on January 1st feels like smoke by March. We live in a time where everybody preaches motivation, 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 but motivation fades. It's that spark you get that gets you started, but it's not what keeps you going. Consistency is what carries you through when the hype dies down, when the lights are off and when no one's clapping for you anymore. Welcome to Sauna IE. I'm your host, XO, and this podcast right here is where we have the raw, unfiltered conversations about self-growth, mental health, and purpose, especially for men who are trying to build something real from the ground up. And today, we're diving into a topic that separates dreamers from doers. And that'll be the art of consistency showing up when motivation fades. If you've ever said to yourself, man, I just don't feel like it today, this episode's for you. Because as we all know, those feelings fade, but character is what stays. Let's be real. We all been through it. We all get motivated to do something. Oh, I'm going to start that business today. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym today. Oh, I want to start saving money, start budgeting. But let's be real. Motivation is temporary by design. It's not a flaw in you. It's how your brain works. See, motivation comes from a chemical called dopamine. That same rush you get when you set a new goal, start a new habit, or imagine a better version of yourself. But that high doesn't last forever. Research from the University of Scranton found that only 8% of people actually achieve their New Year's resolutions. Not because they're lazy, but because once that initial excitement wears off, the routine becomes ordinary. Our brains start craving something new again. So when you find yourself losing steam, it's not a sign to quit. It's a signal to shift from emotion to discipline. Motivation gets you to the starting line. Consistency gets you to the finish line. So with that being said, let's discuss the power of consistency. Let's talk about what it really is. It's not perfection. It's not doing it every day with 100% energy. It's doing it even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is a muscle, and just like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger you get. Think about this. Athletes. We all seen athletes, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, golf. Think about how they treated their routine. Kobe, RIP, didn't wake up every morning motivated, but he woke up disciplined. He understood that repetition builds rhythm, and rhythm builds greatness. A Harvard Business Review study found that people who built consistent daily routines reported 23% less stress and 33% higher life satisfaction compared to those who did it. Consistency just doesn't improve your habits, it protects your peace. You ever notice how your mind feels clearer when your routine is tight? I know mine is. When I have my morning routine down packed, my daily routines, everything just runs smoother when you have a routine. When you're eating right, working out, reading, praying, journaling, you're not chasing motivation anymore because your habits handle the work. Consistency is what builds confidence. Every time you show up, you prove to yourself, I'm dependable. And that right there builds that mental strength. And that's what it's all about. So I bet you're wondering, how do I build consistency when motivation dies? So let's get practical. How do you stay consistent when that motivation is gone? You know, we wake up with we have our big goals, big dreams that we want to accomplish, but a month or two later, we set behind. So let me give y'all 5 simple steps that actually work. Number 1 is build that identity-based habits. Stop saying, I'm trying to be consistent, and start saying, I'm the type of person who shows up. If you haven't read my favorite book, I preach about it all the time, Atomic Habits by James Clear, he said it best. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. So if your goal is to get fit, think, I'm an athlete in training. It's that simple. If your goal is to grow a business, think, I'm a disciplined entrepreneur. Shift your identity and your actions will follow. Number 2, lower the resistance. I'll say that again for the people in the back. Lower the resistance. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need an easy start. Want to read more? Start with 5 minutes. You want to hit the gym? Put your shoes on and go for a walk for 10 minutes. Once you start, momentum takes over. Remember, done is better than perfect. Number 3 would be set triggers. Consistency lives in your environment. Create cues that remind your brain it's time to act. For example, the same playlist for your morning routine, same place for you to work and journal. Set an alarm. And every time, every day, whatever it is, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever time you wake up, set that alarm for the same time every day, even on the weekends. And they're like, oh, the weekends I like to sleep in. Your body starts to recognize patterns, and the patterns builds momentum even when your mind says, not today. Step 4, use accountability. Use accountability. You can't do everything alone. Tell somebody your goal, post your progress, or join a group. Accountability is heavy. Studies show that people who share their goals with an accountability partner are 65% more likely to achieve them. And if they met regularly, that number jumps up to 95%. So having an accountability partner boosts you're more likely to achieve your goals by 65%. But if y'all meet, or let's say hypothetically on a daily basis, it jumps to 95%. So when it comes to your goals, don't isolate yourself. Surround yourself with people who make consistency normal. And the final step 5, focus on progress, not perfection. Perfection is the enemy of consistency. Stop judging yourself for missing a day. Start rewarding yourself for getting back up. Progress compounds, even if it's slow. Just like interest in a bank account, your small efforts today become growth over time. So those are the 5 steps. I'll repeat them again. Focus on your progress, not perfection. Use accountability. Set triggers. Lower the resistance. And number 1 was build identity-based habits. If you don't have an accountability partner, you can always reach out to me. I'm always here to help. I always want to see you guys progress and make things happen in your life, whether that's goals, habits, anything. If you haven't read Atomic Habits by James Clear, that is a perfect book for you when it comes to being consistent in your life. It's so simple, a 4th grader could understand the book. But let me leave y'all with this. You don't need to be the most motivated. You just need to be the most consistent. Success doesn't come from doing things once in a while. It comes from doing things long after the feeling is gone. So whether you're working on your body, your business, or your peace, remember this. Consistency builds confidence. Confidence builds momentum, and momentum builds peace. Keep showing up, even when it's ugly, even when you don't feel like it. Because one day, that one day, you'll thank yourself for not quitting when it was hard. I thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Man, hope this episode resonated with you. If it did, share it with somebody who you like, love, and trust, who needs help with consistency or motivation. This breaks down too. And thank y'all. Share the show, subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, hit that follow button to follow the show. We drop new episodes every week. With that being said, next week on Sanai, we're diving into the power of belief, how your mindset shapes your reality. We're breaking down how self-belief impacts mental health, success, and daily discipline, and how to rewire your thoughts to start winning from within. So make sure y'all follow, share this episode with somebody who's struggling to stay consistent. And as always, stay focused, stay grounded, and keep growing. Peace.